Coming up, we're going to dig into some unanswered questions facing the NFC South. Biggest questions? Let us know at Up and Adam Show. Time to dig into some unanswered questions. We're going division by division. We hit the NFC North. Today it's time for the NFC South. Now, this division has taken some dings, taken some lumps, taken some hits, but it's also very intriguing because I really do think it's anybody's game. Any one of these four teams has a legit shot of taking it home. And guess who else thinks so? FanDuel Sportsbook, who I'm in a fight with after my stupid parlay yesterday. Okay, the Saints are the favorites right now after picking up Derek Carr, right? But all these teams have, plus money. They've got realistic odds here. So I wanted to start with the top, the defending champions. And it's like, who won the division? Oh yeah, Tampa Bay did, right? And I love Tampa. And I know that Tom Brady isn't there, but there's just something, really special about being able to sort of watch them sort of rebuild and figure it out.
What's the question?
Did you get to the question?
Oh my God. This is such awesome. I have Brian, who's the nicest producer ever. I'm telling him to yell at me. Could you guys yell at me a little earlier next time? That would be great. Could you just interject a little quicker? Thank you, I appreciate it. Yell at me! What is that thing? Is that a device of some sort? What is that on the table?
Get to the question.
Okay. Here's the question that I have for the Buccaneers. My question is, who's the boss? Who is in charge here? Is your mom home? Is your dad home? Can I talk to somebody? No Tom Brady, no Fournette. Devin White's demanding a trade. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, they're coming off tough years, and they have a new offensive coordinator. So this team might be completely unrecognizable in some ways, but it doesn't have to be a bad thing, everybody. The Bucs have paired Baker Mayfield with one of the best receiver duos in the league. And if you want to talk about second acts, his offensive coordinator was the quarterback coach in Seattle during Geno's resurgence last year. We love people rewriting their narratives. We love somebody being counted out and then showing you what they're made of and digging deep. Tampa also did a little reconfiguration of their offensive line. They want to get the run game going. And they may be down a playoff Lenny, but White, he's been getting rave reviews if you're really paying attention to what the organization is saying. And, he backed up the hype by passing, they did, on every running back in the draft. They didn't grab one at all, and that says a lot. So, while of course you want to figure things out, please, with Devin, please figure it out with Devin White. And you do have a cornerstone of the defense for years to come, then there are interesting things happening there. The creamsicles are not the only thing making a comeback in Tampa. Light already made comparisons between his rookie D-tackle and Hall of Famer Warren Sapp, okay? So lofty expectations to put on him, but watching with Vita Vea should be pretty fun, and I know this all sounds well and good, but we still have no idea what this team is going to look like on the field. I am just saying, Baker, White, Kancey, they're all going to be able to take charge, and so do not count Tampa out in the South just yet. What are you doing over there, Eric? Eric's literally practicing pitches right now. Next, let's get into Atlanta. And by the way, congrats to Donald Glover on winning a Peabody Award for his show.
What's the question?
That was high. Try to hit me, Eric. All right, let's talk about the Falcons. And my question for them is this. Is Arthur Smith a mad scientist, or is he just mad? The Falcons head coach, he's had I don't know are you guys paying attention to this, a pretty unconventional couple of weeks. He drafts a running back in Bijan Robinson, 8th overall, and he also, has the Titans' first-round pick, Peter Skoronski, put him on blast for allegedly calling him boring during his pre-draft interview. Did you guys hear this? Isn't that crazy? Is this all a sign of some against-the-grain wild genius, or is Arthur Smith losing his marbles a little bit? The jury is still out, but I have to say right now I'm leaning more towards the genius tip of the scale here, because when I look at, what he's starting to do in Atlanta and what he did last year, it's hard to not be impressed, right? He inherits a total mess when he takes over the job. He has to transition away from a former MVP from 2016 and Matt Ryan, 2016, 2017, 2016, I think, dealing with the whole Calvin Ridley situation. That was dramatic and not expected. And a roster in a hellacious turnover. Let's just call it what it is. He found a way, though, to keep this team relevant late into the year. That's what the calling card for a good coach is. Keep them playing for you. And he did it by going against the grain, by being a little mad scientist-y. He leaned into the run game hard, leading the league in rushing attempts and having the offense finish 15th in scoring despite having the 31st ranked pass defense. I always appreciate coaches who find the way out of making the most out of a mess that they have. And Smith did that last year. They won 7 games with a completely unsettled quarterback group and a bottom 10 defense. And now you add a spark plug in Bijan Robinson into the mix. You've got freakish athletes like Kyle Pitts and Drake London. Twitter roasted me because I said, wow, I can't wait to see what happens when you have Kyle Pitts and Bijan. That's really effective. That might be great. It was, who's throwing the ball? Who's whatever? Their defense is always the question. They overhauled, guys. Jesse Bates is in the building. Calais Campbell's in the building. A veteran, a leader, that's all going to work and make happen. So things are looking pretty spicy. So much of this does hinge on Desmond Ridder. But if he can just take care of the ball, if he can throw the ball a little better than Eric, who just did a miserable job of tossing a paper ball at me, just like a little better than Eric will suffice, okay? If he can just manage the game, I think the team can be really dangerous with what Arthur has cooking down there. Go ahead. That didn't even make, okay, that's a little better, a little bigger. That was good, okay, it's right here. Next up, did you know, let's talk about the Panthers, guys. And I wanna talk about the Panthers, who we obviously had stats on. And Stats was saying, you know, Sam Darnold, not there anymore. Christian McCaffrey, not there anymore.
Get to the question.
Let's go, Kate. Come on.
I'm waiting for like Marissa to come and just like punch me in the face. Like that's what I'm waiting for. All right, let's get to the Panthers and their question.
What is it?
I don't know, I'm looking for it. Hold on, what did I have here? Okay, the Panthers, my question for them. Oh, this is it. Can the defense play up to its talent? I have been talking about this. I always say, young, feisty. If you took a shot of something every time I talked about the young, feisty defense of the Panthers, you'd be wasted by 6 in the morning if you started at 5:30 in the morning, okay? I know the offense is amok. I know that it's in transition, but an offensive guru like Frank Reich, he'll be able to get enough out of them to at least be competitive, and Bryce Young being there, they'll be fine if and only if the defense can actually play to its potential. Listen, I've been tantalized by this thing for years. They have 4 first-round picks out there. J.C. Horn, Brian Burns, I love them. They're so freaking talented. Another 3 second-rounders, including the talented and versatile Jeremy Chin. This group has the potential to be so special, but for whatever reason, they have not been able to find consistency, okay? 2021, this was the number 2 defense in the NFL. Nobody was paying attention to them because the offense was a mess, but it looked like the young squad was turning a corner. And then last year, somehow, how do you go from number 2 to 22? And listen, I know everything works hand in hand. It's hard to play defense and you're always on the field, blah, 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 bad field position because the offense can't get out of their own way. But still, the defense, with all of its talent, has a chance to be one of the best in the NFL. And if this offense is mediocre, like Eric's throwing skills, and their new defensive coordinator can help unlock some of that potential, I do think we might see the Panthers finally take shape. And that's why they are in the mix to literally take the division. All right, and I saved the best for last year. The new favorites in the division, the favorites are the New Orleans Saints. People were tweeting me yesterday, talk about the Saints.
Get to the question.
And I'm a Saints girl, and I want to be there. And I think we should.
Get to the question.
Finish him. What was that? Who installed a microphone on this desk over here?
It's my favorite thing.
Marissa, tell me about this.
It wasn't me. I just showed up and it was there. I swear. But look, I just want Brian to speak into this with his great booming voice.
Ryan, say something really mean. Finish him.
Get to the damn question, woman.
Something like that. Is that what you had in mind?
Oh my God, yeah, that was it. Okay, let's do it. Let's get to the question on the Saints. It is simply, can you maybe not get injured? Can you finally not get injured? The last 2 seasons have been unlike anything I've ever seen a team go through. Last year, they suffered the 4th most injuries in the league, and it was the guys that are really important, like the Marshawn Lattimores, Michael Thomas, left tackle Trevor Penning. We don't even know what he's like out there on the field. Key pieces on the team, and that doesn't even include Alvin Kamara, who only missed 2 games, so was clearly playing through something most of the year if you were watching. And this comes after 2021, where the Saints set an NFL record by starting 58 different players through the course of the season because of injuries. It's been one of, and I don't know why more people nationally don't talk about this. This is one of the worst stretches of injury luck in the NFL, in NFL history, okay? So if that luck evens out, and we see this man on the field, remember this? It was so long ago. If he looks like this the way he started last year, Olave on the other side, Derek Carr running the show, Marshawn Lattimore locking up every opposing number 1 wide receiver, and Cam Jordan living in the backfield for a full 17 or close to that. I don't really care about any of the stuff that I said earlier in the segment about any other team in the division. If they can stay healthy, especially those guys I mentioned, this division runs through New Orleans. They are the favorite. It's nobody's ball game. There we go. Let's see the odds again. FanDuel Sportsbook, because that's everybody's ball game right now. They're all positive odds. We get it. I'm learning about odds as we go. But yeah, I think the Saints are the favorite, and they should be looking good. Health is the issue. All right, after this, how about the Lions playing in the NFL season opener against the defending Super Bowl champion Chiefs? Amazing. Want a bold prediction for schedule release? I got you. Oh, nailed. Ow.